almost
Right.
like it was.
I don't know where I got it from. No, wait, it was.
Oh, wait.
Look into
Yeah,
that
I
phone.
can't believe it's only Tuesday.
Hello.
One of those weeks already. Like last night, I thought it was Wednesday night,
Yeah,
but it's Monday.
things are high.
Hello.
Oh.
Yeah. The Eagles took me a second. Yeah, exactly. Ashley,
Yes.
I'm Brendan.
Nice to meet you. You wanna make a?
Yes, quite.
I know you.
I'm Ray.
Right,
Ray.
right. You did? And
Ben.
Beck,
Yeah. Ashley,
yes.
nice to meet you.
Go around and make it official with everyone, but that feels more awkward, so.
Sorry, we didn't probably do that once Emily gets here.
Okay.
Good.
Kevin is trying remotely.
This is a nice space though in here.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
The ceilings are so tall.
You could never reach them. Sorry, security. Sorry, John.
We'll keep it trying.
You could reach them. If we
Yeah.
work together, we can reach them.
Yeah.
How many CAC members does it take to touch this? Oh, right. Trust building.
Yeah. What's more than have?
Well,
It would get there.
You think? Maybe it would be like the legs and then someone's up below.
Yeah, I think some of us are pretty tall. So.
Yeah.
No, but that's like classic pyramid, it's gonna lift from the legs.
Well, the pyramid, you know, that really
I think it's the
exponentially
base
increases the number
of,
of
like-
people you need.
Well, no, I feel like the start with the base was like on their hands and knees, and people standing on them, starting on the table.
Yeah.
I think it's
is starting on the table or is that cheating?
that's much easier.
Yeah, I guess we're just hard, it's just to touch the seat.
You definitely push the button.
Definitely touch a light. Yeah.
Mm. Let's set our sights for the light and then we can work towards the season.
It's good. Unintended.
Wait, which one?
Set our sights.
Oh. Yeah, unintended.
Okay, relation.
That doesn't include aerosol paint. Like spray cans.
It does not.
Okay, so that's all right. I expected that. I think the next event for that is like an April or something.
They'll just my house.
It's had like 4 spray cans of paint that someone gave me, but I never used. And I might have the color. Green. They don't work great.
Oh,
Like that, well, I think they don't work great. I haven't used them in like forever.
I know.
If you haven't, can you hear us?
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, we're just
You
waiting for
hear me?
Emily. Yes.
Sound
we're-
good?
Yep, we're
Yeah.
just waiting for Emily.
Okay. Turn the volume on.
That thing that you sent me, actually, about,
Yeah,
we established.
about Emily.
Yeah, she
being
says, no, you didn't get the email?
Ice yacht sailing.
We got on the email list, yeah.
And the Commodore set. It's a yacht club.
Yeah.
I was very jealous too, because I saw those photos a while ago when I first moved here, and it's like, that's really cool for the kid to.
I think that Emily would be happy to.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Are they doing this again recently? I think they might with the one.
Yes, and in fact, well,
Oh, there she is.
there she is.
Oh,
There's the
okay.
cat.
No,
Okay.
there was apparently a race in New Jersey between the Hudson Valley Ice Yacht Club and our arch rivals.
Which are.
The North Shrewsbury Ice Yacht Club, and
That's
that was St. River.
We call you captain?
No. That's all.
And we won.
So,
It hasn't.
do you have the
been
cup?
registered. We haven't.
Oh.
And
Title for the next 20 years, right?
we could,
Did you get the cup?
the cup is,
Okay.
it's in a vault.
That's probably reasonable.
I'll send a photo.
Okay, sorry.
Right.
I look forward to all tap into the.
Cool.
I was like, no, the Condor. Commodore? Commodore. Your Condor's a good. Yeah.
Just to. It's ET80 and Commodore
Oh,
and the.
oh,
Whoa.
that's
So
huh,
it's amazing.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If on your. Yeah, right here. One.
oh, you were holding the cup.
Oh, yes, that picture's
So
perfect. That was great.
Showing North Shrewsbury Express.
That's right. I don't know if it was. She did it perfectly, like that's how you're supposed to simply.
Oh. So, and apparently, Emily also owns one of the oldest currently existing ice yachts. Its name is Puff, and I think it was built in the early 1910s and not the late 100s. Wow. She owns and sails it.
It looks like the bar for Maverick. The what? The bar in the movie Maverick? Isn't it called Maverick? What? The Top Gun scene? Yeah. Oh.
So I remember. I know what you're saying, but not something that I first.
I'm
Is
not-
Top Gun Maverick one of your like touch points? Touch point references?
I've not seen that movie, so I can't confirm or deny it.
It's a good.
It's a good movie. What were you thinking as a go? Bambi, like Bambi Thunder movie?
Is it?
No.
You just drew Bambi out of the name.
It's Maverick.
That's, well, because nature is so sad. Yeah, and it's,
True.
it's dramatic, traumatic. It's all.
I only watched it once and that was it.
Yes, I don't even know if I've seen the whole movie. I just know about the scene, you know. Cause I don't remember anything else after. I'm sure that's happy because all.
Like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm busy.
Sure. Okay.
There's him down on the river. In New York. Right, calling meeting to order at 6:33 according to that. And 6:36 according to mine. Okay. Kevin said he could take minutes. Can you hear us?
Yeah. I'll need introductions though, because I see we have a number of people in the room.
Okay, we'll go around the room. Okay. Let's start over here. We have a guest, Kristen Shara,
Yes.
and then Emily Hauser, you could go this way.
Sure. Benjamin Falk.
Ray Quinn.
Do we know one?
Ashley Waltridge.
Right, Ashley, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brendan Walsh.
Jones.
Okay, yeah.
I might need spellings because this sounded a little fuzzy. I don't want to.
Okay.
everybody's names. That won't be pretty, no?
Send that to
I'll
you.
put it in the chat.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. I'll get it. Okay, yeah. Ashley, I have, and Ben, you're there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see you. You're good. Okay.
Okay. Looks like romper room to me. I don't know if you watched our movie. Okay, so let me say that let's welcome the guests. First of all, Ashley, who's a prospective member of the CC, so you're here. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting me. I'm already feel very welcome and everyone takes very nice. I appreciate that. I guess I'll just say why I'm interested. I moved to Kingston about a year ago. I really love it here and I love how many natural resources and parks and things are available to people and I think with my skill set, I could help to keep that mission going in the city, and that's why I'm here. Thank you, but it's the same way.
And then Kristen?
Well, actually here on behalf of the Ulster County Environmental Management Council. And I don't know how many of you know, but Julie organized the Conference of Environment in the fall that was fantastic and wanted to express gratitude for all the work and the energy you put in the environment. So we want together this little plaque. I think this.
Put this out of my head, actually.
Nightmares. Well, thank you. So kind.
So they had used one of the signs that talked about the sponsors
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
the
we
lunch, so they
pitched it. Yes.
they're reusing a a sign.
Yeah, we're reusing, Julie. Upcycling.
All right.
I was wondering what would be in that big, like, below kids here.
Yeah, and Kristen, you're welcome to stay or. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, for giving her the award. Okay, next, thank you. Are there any modifications to the agenda? Well, Kevin said there was nothing at field court, but you can just cross that out later.
Yeah, a little premature on that.
Okay. Okay,
Is there an extra?
oh yeah, these tons of.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
So. Okay, notification for the minutes of January meeting. I had sent modifications to everyone, or edits. And I just wanted to make sure it was off, we want to make sure they're accurate for posterity. So,
I'll just make a couple notes. I noticed that under number one, you changed common council member to alderman, and I think that we should keep it at council member.
oh,
Because
okay.
that's gender neutral.
Yeah, I didn't know what people were.
Okay, yeah, that's why I did it. Yeah, that's it. That's why I did it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's fine.
We'll leave. If there's any grammatical in Emily's comments, I'll straighten that out. Yeah, we don't have to go too nuts with that. Unless you see, Julie, if you see something really that stands out, tell me.
Yeah, the only one I saw was under reports, number two, there's where it says hydrogen fueling stations, which currently are scarce on the US.
Right,
And then Emily added a comma, but it shouldn't be a comma. Because it's not the
Okay.
US and the Northeast and the East Coast, it's on the US Northeast and East Coast.
okay.
That's the only grammatical thing that I saw.
I usually, after Emily does the comments and you give me whatever you do, just so everybody knows the protocol, I do run another spell and grammar check. Not that they're all that good as they used to. They ain't what they used to be.
Yeah, thank you so much. And by the
But-
way, anyone on the council can add their edits.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go for it.
Read it and edit it. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I just, some of the stuff like the Zen for Blair, I wanted to make sure that everyone understood that it was outside the building.
Mhm.
Kind of catching people's noses, so that's why I did that. And,
Okay.
so any other? No, and so are there any other comments or corrections?
The one thing I was thinking about, is also in reports, two, which is, I think maybe saying BART graduate students
Okay,
instead of just BART students
sure.
would be good, just since it's a little more.
Right, graduate students, you got it. Okay. Yep,
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of clarify that website that I put it in, it was beta mode. I don't know if that's the right term. But it's not, it's still being worked on,
And
right?
in fact, since then, it's closed off now, you can get back to it.
Well, we can't get that, yeah, so,
The old found it through a loophole and we shut it down.
Okay.
okay. All right, is there anything else, or shall we have a motion? Ooh,
I'll make a motion to accept these minutes with Kevin's additional edits.
right, will do.
I'll second that.
all right, Jim, all in favor? All
Uh,
right,
Aye.
great. All right, thank you. Okay, PAC council membership. Is this? So right now, we could definitely use more members, and Ashley's here and she's interested. So that's a statement. And what else? Is there anything else for that, Julie?
If you want to go into executive session and have a discussion about recommendations, you can do that as early as now. Or wait till future meetings.
All right, so let me say, Ashley, we did read the resume. We think you're very well qualified. Are you interested in becoming a member where we can take action today?
So my only hesitation with that is that, I mentioned in my resume, I'm an employee of Scenic Hudson. As a part of that, we do, my supervisor goes through, what's the term?
Ethics?
No, it's, to make sure that, yes, to make sure there's no conflict of interest.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that meeting is tomorrow,
Oh,
where they're
okay.
discussing that.
Okay,
So I would love to say yes right now, but I think I have to wait until that discussion is over.
okay, all
So,
right, Bruce.
yeah,
But, okay, well, today you should definitely, pay attention or observe, but you can also, feel free to speak and mention things if you're interested.
okay,
Okay,
yeah,
and we do try to, Ben also is our liaison with the Common Council, and we're kind of bringing him up to speed. So if we use a abbreviation or acronym, let us know.
okay.
And just say, what's that?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I will definitely follow up with everyone after that session has happened with State Cousin.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. Ashley, I think there's another process to it afterwards. You have to be appointed, right? Which we can't do as the CAC. We just make the recommendation. And then once you're
Yeah,
appointed,
thank you.
you've get a letter from the mayor yeah, and then you've got to sign the oath book.
Okay.
So the CIC could still take action tonight if you wanted to discuss and or make a resolution saying that you would recommend Ashley's appointment contingent on approval by City Council. That could get things moving faster, or
Okay.
you could wait till.
And
or if
we
you-
don't have to go into executive, well, we still have to.
If you want to discuss without actually being here, you would go into executive session. That's good.
It's a lot for you guys. I don't mind waiting till March, but I can also, if you want, you know.
Well, if it speeds things up, I'm okay with that, so, should we go in executive session?
I think we should, because it's hard to get quorum and stuff, two of us, four of us would be better.
Sure.
Okay,
So should I leave the room?
Somebody needs to.
Yeah, also.
I think so.
Oh, I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss
Yeah.
Ashley's appointment.
Seconded.
All right, all in favor?
All right.
Okay,
All right, so I'm just gonna ask you to, you don't need to step out,
you know, okay.
because you are officially the liaison to the board. I don't think unless you want to step out.
No, I'm curious to, yeah, it'll stay with me for sure.
All right, go ahead, you,
Yeah.
appreciate the beautiful, comfort. Common
Who made
council,
second on that?
Brendan did.
Brendan,
Brendan, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So let's see.
Maybe you gotta- maybe
I
you
need
gotta
to mute.
yeah, we need to
What?
cut off the.
cut me out for the moment, cut out the Zoom, so you're not live streaming the executive session.
Yep.
Right,
Right, and I have it at 6:48, the executive session, so when you call me back, I'm good with all of you, having the discussion, so sorry
Okay.
I'm not there,
All right,
so,
Thanks, Kevin.
BRB.
all right, we're good.
Gonna do it with one of Greg.
All right, we're back out of executive session. And, the motion was made
I
by,
hear him. Oh, he's muted.
Kevin, you're muted. So who moved to exit executive session? Jen?
So now I make a motion to.
Wait, hold on, we need to just let Kevin know
Yeah.
who moved
Oh,
to
on
exit.
moves.
No, you can let go.
I moved to end executive session and Emily seconded that.
Okay. And we're gonna call that 6:51.
Okay.
Now may I go forward with my motion? I move to recommend Ashley for appointment to the whatever the council. Committee majority.
I second it.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, and that's contingency on, do we have to add to this? Okay, we're gonna add to this,
Jen would need to add. to it.
Great,
Yeah.
I would like to add to my motion contingent on approval by Scenic Hudson.
I second her addendum. Okay, all in favor to the full and addenda of recommending Ashley to become a member of the CAC.
Aye.
Okay. Great,
Sounds good.
thank you.
Guys,
Welcome.
once you hear from, your employer, then you can just send us a note, and if it's a yes, then I will submit a recommendation on behalf of the CAC to the mayor. And should, with along with your resume, and should that be a go, then you would be receiving a letter from the mayor's secretary, Roy Versfor. Which will have an appointment letter and also directive to go and sign the oath of office, which is in this building, in the clerk's office. It's like a book. And you sign off on it. It's a 2-year term, it's voluntary, without compensation. And, we meet once a month. This time.
And then follow up by email is fine, just, yes, okay.
Mhm. Also, it is just during business hours, so if you're working elsewhere, you just need to plan to get to the clerk before 4:30.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, no, that's good too, thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, all business, air quality monitor update.
All right, so several things here. One is, I think that I sent this to all of you, but our air quality monitor is now up and present at the Annie Murphy Center. I will show you a picture of it. Oops, nope. Sorry. That's the wrong button, share. Currently it looks like this.
Wait, is that my photograph?
Nope, it's fine. Um,
Oh,
It's fine. The location is directly underneath. I didn't take a picture of what it's underneath, but it's underneath a lot of water dripping. So I did send a note to Desiree at Bard, and she said, "Oh, I'm still collecting data." And I said, "What? Which is
And it's right
fantastic.
behind the bus, the bus shelter.
It is. And I said, okay, so where's the data? And so the data is live. We are not networked into just air yet. This is the Purple Air website, which is public. And you can click on any of the locations to see what the air quality is. It looks like it's gotten way worse over the course of the day. Whoa, 152. Someone's got 152 going on.
That's really high.
That's super high.
Because they next to like a shim, something or
Let's see. It is.
Is that in Kingston?
Oh, that's the one in Linear Park? Well,
But the one the two in question, not in question, but the two that we're discussing right now are on the Annie Murphy Center. And incidentally, we've had the one on the roof of the Annie Murphy Center for 40 years.
Oh, wow.
We now have the one on the ground level of the Annie Murphy Center. And I checked on it earlier today. And consistent with what it is currently, earlier today, the rooftop one was was better air quality than the ground level, and it is that way.
Oh, right.
The rooftop is a lower number, meaning lower PPM 2.5, which is particulate matter, and then the one at the ground level is worse.
And it's the one on the roof that's transmitting to Just Air, right?
They are now,
Or networked into Just Air.
the one on the roof is connected to Just Air, the one on the ground is not yet. So I did ask about that because we have submitted payment for the $500 for the networking with Just Air. They haven't received the check yet. So once they receive the check, they're gonna network it, and I asked about how that's going to, how the fee will go, and it's going to be 1 year from whenever it's, so if it starts on February 11th, it will go to February 10th of next year, for the $500. So, that's where that system is. You could check out the data, do what you want with it. It is very interesting that there's this one over here in Midtown, which is not far at all from us. That's really high. But a couple things regarding this. One is that, Desiree mentioned when she was installing it that there is the possibility that the Wi-Fi would cut in and out with this particular one, so she recommended a Wi-Fi extender, and I got a quote from our IT director, Kyle, on what a Wi-Fi extender would cost, and he said $160 for a long range one. I don't know anything about what he called it, AP access point. That doesn't mean anything to me besides that must be what we normally use. So I don't have any indication to think that it's been offline. So I don't know, like, I can follow back up with Desiree on like how important she thinks this Wi-Fi extender is, or I can talk to Kyle about it. The $150-$60 has to come somewhere.
Yeah.
So, just putting it out there right now, the CAC has been allocated $1,000 budget from the council and has spent $500 to date.
Mhm.
Not including yet, what would be pending likely would be an ISAC, membership, which would be $75 more. And then whatever else you wanted to spend the money on for the rest of the year. 2025, you ended up spending $645.51, so you were under on your budget.
That includes the postcards?
Yep.
Okay.
So then if we did this Wi-Fi extender and also NISAC, we'd have basically $300, a little less than 300 left in the year for our budget.
Yep.
Okay, which would be, as we've seen, more than enough for more printing things, if that's something we wanted to do.
Should we wait and see how often it cuts out though? Because maybe it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Does the one on the roof cut out ever?
No,
Where's the Wi-Fi? The box.
I think that it is on the level that I work on. In like an interior room. Because he said that, I think Kyle said that we would need to plug it in the main office. Those electrons look.
Right, yeah. I thought you just like would put it in the kitchen, which is right next door, but I don't know. If you do this.
I just gave him the details and he was like, we could plug it in Liz's office, which is upstairs. Incidentally, it is physically like literally right next to where it is.
Mhm.
So maybe that has something to do with it. So like it's outside, like here, and her office happens to be like there, but maybe her office is near where the Wi-Fi is. I don't. There's certainly more information I could gather. And I haven't gotten any note from Desiree being like, your thing's off or dipping out. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Do you know if that quote from Kyle was just for the actual extender, or did he include, I don't know,
Like installation.
it's, yeah, some cost of some kind?
I don't know. I don't know if that.
Okay,
I guess installation would be $0 because he would probably plug it
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
in, or
thinking.
Julie would plug it in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, Kyle probably knows best, but I've also seen, Wi-Fi extenders for like $30.
Yeah.
I mean, I did just Google like Amazon access point and they come up at like 60. So we might have like a standardized one that we use.
Right.
He might have just judged like the best type
Yeah.
based on not knowing the details. I don't know. I don't know any of this.
So, but we can wait for like a month to find out how it's doing.
You can.
and the Wi-Fi is what's sending the data, well, she's getting the data. So that's, okay.
I mean, I can definitely,
She's seeing the data, it's just that it's not networked into for everyone, for public access. Right, for real-time public access, but it will. Okay, I think we should just wait for a month and see how it's doing. Unless they,
all right. The thing that I wanted to go over with this. The county connection? This is a question for Brennan in your other hat.
Mhm.
The mayor said he went to an event and department was talking about all the air quality monitors that were put up all over and showed some kind of map and
Yes.
was woefully unrepresented on the map.
Sorry, is there a question?
The question is, I acknowledge that the county isn't going to buy an air quality monitor to put in Kingston, but it would be great to acknowledge that the city has an effort within the county, and so it should not be demonstrated as though the city does not have air quality monitoring.
That's an excellent point. I very much agree. And I will say, so just to give some background, the county is doing the same thing basically, but for the other municipalities in Mitchell County. And we've been mostly citing these air quality sensors in libraries. So we've been doing some onboarding sessions with them. And it is heavily part of our intro for what this program is, that Kingston was the one that started this program, that started the air quality monitoring in Ulster County. But apparently that was not in this public facing thing. I would like to know.
And I don't know what
That
map was
was-
being shown.
Yeah.
I believe it was your director.
Okay. I will look into this. Yeah.
yes, and I was at the EMC meeting, I always talk about this as part of the air quality as part of Kingston and, the direct, Andy Bicking was, he kind of followed up with that the Ulster is also doing this, but it was very clear at that meeting that, the Kingston came first.
This was at NICOM.
Yeah,
Actually, not NICOM. This was at the Ulster County Mayor's Association meeting.
Oh, that thing. Yes.
okay,
Okay.
and, okay,
I will make sure that communications are sensitive.
it's great, and, but it is really cool that you're going into all the county, I think our minutes said that they were going into libraries, but it's not specific, it's just going mostly in libraries,
It's mostly libraries. Libraries are the best,
yes.
but municipal buildings are good too. The
So that's
Andy Murphy's the
considered-
best.
I didn't say that Kingston is better than any other.
No, I know.
I'm just saying,
Okay,
when you're showing a
being
map of the
recorded.
county and then Kingston's unrepresented, when in reality it is represented, it may show a false narrative.
Totally. Yeah, I think probably I know what map it
Okay,
is.
we're all
Yeah.
set.
I should
Okay,
have said.
I'm gonna cut off the
Go ahead.
conversation because
Yeah.
we're all on the same page.
All right.
Let's go to item one, follow.
Yes, so I talked with Vinnie Perry, the head of the parking enforcement. Some background you might be interested in. Kingston has an anti-idling policy, which is an improvement on the New York State anti-idling policy because Kingston, what is it? It includes all classes of vehicles and it's a limit of 10 minutes. Any idling past that, barring some extraneous circumstances like cold weather and emergencies of some kind,
Emergency vehicle.
it's a finable offense to be idling any longer than that. We had some discussion about either making this a more stringent policy or using this as an educational opportunity to try to show people of Kingston what idling does to local air quality. And last month, Julie showed us that, was it last month?
Yeah.
It was in
The data?
Yes.
I was the one when Jen wasn't there.
Yeah. That was a good.
Still being brought up.
It's like, wait, but was last month the one where you showed us the handout?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Oh, last month was,
Um,
talking about the data from KPD and.
No.
No, the handout that they did, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That was last.
I was.
So they've been issuing warnings when people are idling. It's hard to prove that people are idling because you have to stand around for 11 minutes to make sure they've been doing it for 10 minutes. And then, yeah, it's a long thing. So anyways, we wanted to figure out, are these warnings that they've been distributing something, well, are they effective? That's going to be a different story.
Oh.
That's part of the ongoing investigation. But what we most recently wanted to figure out was, are these warnings things that they're handwriting, or do they have like a stack of warnings that they give out for this purpose? And if they have a stack of warnings they give out for this purpose, could we introduce our own anti-idling warnings that have some specifically targeted educational
Right.
component? And after speaking with Vinny Perry, I can say he's totally on board with this. I was kind of shocked because, you know, he's a parking guy, but he was like, I love the environment. We gotta, do as much as we can and like beat the drum. So anything I can do for you guys, just let me know. So he was very willing to swap out his things with something that we come up with, and he had some ideas. He said he'd like to maybe work together on this, or we could come up with ideas and pass it along. So things look good on that front. We'd also talked about reaching out to corporate counsel to figure out what is legally permissible for that to be handing out as a warning. I haven't done that yet. That's something I'd like to do soon, so we can think about what we might distribute.
So instead of having something handwritten, just have a nice little piece of paper.
Nice little piece of paper, some like really targeted language about, idling leads to a 30% increase in asthma, or, something that gets people thinking about the impact it has on their community.
So you're gonna talk to corp counsel or he's going to?
Well, he's not going to, so I can.
Or
Yeah.
you're asking me to?
I'm not asking you to. I didn't do it this last month. I was reading the paper, doesn't seem like corporate counsel was really busy, but I have a feeling that's never gonna let up.
Agreed.
Okay.
If you're holding your breath for that, you will die.
Yep, okay. And I won't die.
Yeah.
I'll reach out. But would you, to that point, just as a matter of who to contact, is there like a general corporate counsel? Do they have like a secretary? It's just Barbara and Matt, right?
You should reach out to Barbara and she will delegate as a secretary.
Okay, great.
The
Okay, so-
secretary in the Corp Counsel's office is Janet Higgins. If you need
Okay.
Janet, yeah. Janet can be quite helpful.
Thank you.
So you're gonna follow up with that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But in the meantime, though, we can also think about, keep an eye out for good messaging with this regard.
Mhm.
Did you get to the minutia of who would produce said product
No, I was assuming it would be us.
or how many of those there are needed in a given year?
It's a good
Are
question.
we talking 7 or 700?
Yeah. I think it's in the hundreds.
And is this, could you remind me, is this the traffic people,
Parking enforcement.
parking enforcement? That's what I meant. Perfect. It's parking
That's
enforcement.
what they're called,
Meaning that KPD would not give these out.
Right,
right?
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
okay.
So this will just be for, with parking enforcement then? Keep KPD out of this?
Well, they have different roles.
If I recall from the data, that was parking enforcement was the one who was doing the most with this, right?
Parking
What's-
enforcement is something if there's no one there. If there's someone there, KPD takes care of it, in which case a piece of paper will be irrelevant. Unless they're like, hey, person who's in your car right now, I'd like to take this piece of paper that says information.
Yeah.
And I mean, once the product is produced. You can always speak with KPD and say, hey, by the way, parking is doing this.
Yeah.
We now have this tool,
Mhm.
if your officers would like to use this tool.
That's great. Okay, thank you. That's great. And we can figure out if they're gonna be fancy handouts or if they're gonna be copied on a copy machine.
Yeah, and if they need to be copied, I can do them in office. I mean, if we want them to be copied, but it's gonna be on like either cardstock or this,
Yeah.
this guy.
Well, they've been copying anyways, you know, so. Yeah, at a certain point, they'll run in with their old warnings. And anyways, they need to print more, so.
Alrighty.
The
Okay.
way I'm gonna phrase, yeah, just before we move on, I just want to make sure I got this thing straight with the park enforcement and the police. I put parking enforcement and or Kingston Police Department. Does that sound right? Or do we want to
No,
leave KPD
he's
out of
working
it?
with Vinnie Perry and parking enforcement.
Both
Yeah.
and or.
No, parking enforcement, period.
Yeah, I think I would take KPD out.
Okay, that was my earlier question. Okay, so we will leave them out then.
Yes.
Okay, they're not in the minutes. Okay, so we're talking
Great.
about.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
All right, Kevin's up with the planning and land use, unless Brendan's done anything. So, okay.
You want me to start with this?
Yeah, we're moving on to planning and land use.
Right, okay, well, field court, I think we mentioned isn't, and it's not quite ready yet. Frog Alley, they just did a traffic study that came out today. And with all my issues with frozen pipes, I didn't quite get to it.
That's okay. It's a traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The traffic study,
By the
right?
way, Frog Alley is a tiny street by Uptown Daisies.
Okay,
So-
oh, yes.
Across from the ruin, across the street.
Okay.
from the-
Yeah, across from the,
Yeah, the other thing that came up with Frog Alley was, there was one other thing here that happened a little while ago. Where did I just put this? Here it is. Okay, Frog Alley had. Ooh, oh, where'd I'm lost on my computer here. What they, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm doing too many things at once here. Where did it go? Frog Alley. Well, I can reopen it from the county, I suppose. I'm in the city. Well, why don't we, while I'm looking for that, okay, we killed Field Court. Bluestone Court is in litigation. Okay, there's an Article 78, so yeah, I don't think we can address that. I looked that up today at the in the court records, and the city hasn't put an answer in yet. At least it's not posted. So I think we should just stay out of that one, with litigation. That's sort of trouble if we start getting involved. Because the Corp Council has to handle that, not us.
That was the long-eared bat habitat, right?
yes.
Yeah, that was one of their issues. They have a bunch of issues, but yeah, that was one.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Where did I just put Frog Alley? trees, that's what it was. There was some landscaping notes
Well, okay.
that came
So
out
we
in
should-
January. Brent put in comments, that's what it was, as to what they should do for landscaping and trees.
So the,
Urban forester.
so the urban forester already commented, so do we need to?
I can forward this around and then, people can make a determination if they want to add to it or subtract from what.
Always
Brent
good
did.
to just see what he says anyway. It's a
Yeah.
learning experience. So that would be
Yeah,
good.
it's posted under Frog Alley.
Okay,
I have it. I downloaded it, but, yeah, we'll need to review that, I suppose. So I'll do that. I'll make sure everybody gets that.
I also think I think it would be really interesting to go back and look at the thesis or whatever that Emily Vale did, because it seems to me that there were urban streams that were confined into some kind of conveyance to go to the Esopus, and it seems like it went through there. So it might be interesting to do the homework on that to just see what she found.
I have that mapping from Emily, yeah. And the other thing, I think there's maybe some archaeo in the file too, because of the location.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think.
Tannery Brook, right?
yeah, Tannery Brook.
Be cool if it were under there.
Yeah, so I think we should keep an eye. So who can look into that? Kevin, Brendan?
Into the Vale files?
Yeah, the Tannery,
Yeah,
her
I
thesis.
have those. Brendan, do you have the Emily Vale files?
Yeah, they're online.
Oh, okay.
But also if you have very detailed files, I don't have those. She has some images on her website.
Let me go back to, see, she did presentations on this and, it was a whole thing.
We could just go directly to her.
We couldn't. Yes.
Good. Yeah,
Emily
sure,
Vale's,
why not?
She wrote her thesis on green infrastructure and the urban streams and stuff in Kingston, but she's the head of the Hudson River Watershed Alliance, and her office is on by Keegan's Ale. So, and she's a resident of Kingston, so we have all sorts of connections.
Yeah.
But I think we should get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So contact Emily on that, okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in touch with Emily fairly regularly, so. if
Okay.
you want- Unless Brendan, you want to do it either way, or.
I will look into this anyways out of interest, but if you have a
Yeah.
better connection.
Brandon, why don't you do it so that Kevin's doing it.
Okay.
So okay, is there any more on Frog Alley?
No, not for the moment,
Okay. So
Uh,
note to look at the landscaping from Brent and look into the water drainage.
yeah, and we had Elizabeth Manor on there too, is that on the agenda?
Yeah,
Yeah, we would probably want to take a look again at any landscaping over there, see if we're
Okay.
happy.
right. Okay, Brendan, do you want to do that or Jen or? Okay, I'll look at it. Bluestone Court. Bluestone Court, we already talked about. Okay,
Yeah, that's
sorry.
litigated, yeah.
Right, never mind. Okay, anything else?
I think that's it. Oh, Boulevard is back they may be having a
Yes.
hearing again. This time, they had some approvals and now they're coming, I think, for a major waiver. So I don't know where that's gonna go.
So is there any action?
I wouldn't know
Yes,
what
or-
the action would be. We looked at the stormwater. We had questions over why was it why did they need a stormwater plan when it was under an acre? But it turns out once they merged the lots, it was more than and they took out the DMAP street, made it part of the site. It was more than an acre, so hence the stormwater plan.
Okay,
And the rest of it would sound to me like traffic.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
the
know how.
boulevard,
They're
the
trying to
boulevard,
add units on top that, weren't, I may not have,
you mean another another, story?
yeah, or half story, I think they were calling it.
Okay.
There's a
So
new
both-
narrative, there's an updated narrative on the website.
Reading the new.
But I think they were gonna have a hearing on that, and then, I think that's what was on the agenda, and then, there'll be an open period for commenting, that's gonna go on for a while, I think.
Okay, the boulevard is, there's a street called Pettit or Petite, and it's kind of across from, it's down the street from the hillside, closer to Kingston, and it's kind of near the, what we call Golden Hill, where the bus
Oh, yeah.
garages and stuff, it's on that side, and there was a street, there was a map street that they're gonna make into part of the lot and so on, and they're looking for multifamily housing.
Okay. And sorry, just for my reference, you mentioned these are available on the website. I assume that's under the planning board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need
On the plan,
to,
right,
thank you.
yeah, they have one of the Muni collab, the new, thing, I think it's planning and landmarks have that.
Okay.
And it might have been, let me see if there was something else there. No, I think we're good. Okay.
okay,
I think the county may have made some comments on Frog, there's a Frog Alley.
so we can look at that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send out the county comments on that as well.
This is also not on the list, but I will say that there's been confirmation that a grocery store is moving into Rite Aid.
Oh.
What?
All right, oh my
That's
God,
awesome.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's gonna change everything.
I totally agree.
Wow.
As someone who can reach out to that location from my office.
Oh, yeah.
oh, that's sweet.
We don't know the local.
It's not Trader Joe's for anyone who's holding their. It's they have a couple in the region. I can't remember the name, but
Oh, but
it's not Hannaford. It's not.
It's not Adams.
It's not Adams. Yeah,
Oh.
it's nothing of a regular name that they, but it's before the planning board. So it wasn't on the planning board agenda.
That's
No, they just said Boulevard and Elizabeth.
Adams.
Manor. Okay.
Oh, I thought.
So this would be Broadway, yeah. Also, it's like Tops Grocery.
Oh, wait, maybe it was. Wait, let me go back to the
For
planning board.
agenda, because they're looking to modify the footprint.
Does it say, is it bigger at all, or is it?
Right here, there.
Uh,
This size.
485 Broadway.
Well, yeah.
What?
Just on my
You can,
This weekend.
you never heard of it.
I didn't look at 485.
The other seat counts.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So would they be taking some parking out?
No, they want to take up the part where the drive-through.
Drive-through is, so closer to the border with the neighborhood center. Mhm. Nice, wow, that would be so exciting.
Yeah.
Especially in the food desert.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really great,
Wow.
like the best possible thing that could.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that spot.
Although I do say Kingston Meat Market makes it not a food desert, they have lots of food. So,
Yeah, I mean, I also go to Phoenix all the time, which is.
yeah, I go to Phoenix all the time too,
I doubt about it.
yeah.
Anyway,
Alrighty, good, that's good to know.
All that's there on 485 Broadway, there's an EAF and some correspondence.
Okay, great, thank you.
Do you all want this, when I'm sending out a planning board package, you want the EAF?
okay.
Yeah, there might be some bat habitat.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I can look to see what they checked off. I don't know if they checked off that
Just
habit.
kidding. Okay,
Kevin,
Well, you
what's
can find that
EAS?
anywhere, right? Anywhere where you have a tree, yeah.
Seeker.
yeah, okay, thank you so much, Kevin.
Okay, so we're done with planning for the moment?
Yeah, I think we're done with that. All right, so where are we with native plantings and pollinator gardens? Is this where we're talking, oh, the postcards are below.
But we can talk about postcards here. Doesn't matter.
So, well, we don't have any action about anything besides for the native plant. Is someone,
Oh,
oh my God, they're done.
Look like this.
it worked.
Nice. Very fun. Yeah. Better.
I watched some people, like the last meeting, just so I can do something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so you guys look at these. Oh, you want to look at these?
There's two.
Well, it's a new view picture though.
Oh.
You'll notice
Actual people.
Jen made sure it was an actual view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great photographer.
Here you go.
Where's that landscape picture? Is it-
Oh, this
Sorry.
is a German tree.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I don't know what you want to, since the hold on, is the vote is definitely made or?
I can hold on.
You want-
We had many discussions, right?
May I see the other?
Might have one.
plants? I just think it's there. One of each.
so are you gonna put some in the little display thing downstairs? On the way out?
I think it's great. Give it a look. Correct. I think that goes into our next bullet point of the outreach. I was gonna post about these.
Okay,
On
great.
Instagram. And say they're available at City Hall, I suppose.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a nice idea.
yeah, just say
That-
inside display.
Lemon one is great.
They're expensive.
Okay, and I did show them to,
I just keep on, oh, this, oh, thank you.
I did show them to the
Yours in the box.
Oh, it's in the.
public safety. That's great.
You tested the QR code yet?
No.
Negative.
No. I'm sure it will work.
Oh, Jen, you took all these photos. I did, wow. Curated, ready?
It's my favorite Rick Astley song. Okay, it works. Huzzah.
Works.
Fun. Yeah, this is, you could imagine
Yeah.
mailing this to someone, right?
Okay. Oh, no, it's not.
These are great quality. Who rented this
Color page.
page? Well done.
It was muy rápido. Alan just told him the other day.
Oh, that's a, you like this little city of Kingston scale?
The seal looks good, you
That's
guys
nice.
just look at that scale. Has all the information that doesn't look cluttered.
Well, thank you.
And then when we table, which we'll do at some point
Mhm.
with our blend,
Okay.
It's snazzy.
we're gonna be set.
And then, yes, and I would just say that for our budget, if we table and we want to have any with little other fun handouts, that also is for the budget. But anyway, that's great. Okay, so. So, anything else on the website?
Do we go into Instagram, back into Instagram?
Yeah.
It's never on the list, and that's my fault.
Okay.
So I'd like to post about the postcards, but, we're thinking of doing 2 posts a month. So I was thinking maybe the idling wall, I don't know if it's a good time to do that with it being so cold. Or if anyone has any other ideas about what
Well, you can cover wood burn in the winter.
that's true, although I think we'll get a lot of hate from the public.
So just education. You don't say you don't do it, they should just be aware.
Yeah, we can phrase it in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, also didn't we learn about a function of the Kingston Air Quality Initiative that we can find out when there's inversions and tell people to not burn during an inversion?
And
That's good.
point. Yeah.
Well, I'll continue to figure out when that is.
Yeah.
It's called an inverting.
So an inversion is when like the air gets trapped close to the land. So basically any pollutants are just getting trapped like you had it.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
So am I removing website from the, and postcards from this outreach?
Well, what's happened, because the website's, taking website, did we kind of put everybody in pause?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yes,
Okay.
okay.
And probably one of us will discover when the new website is launched
Yes.
by,
I assume.
by checking every day. Or official channels, whichever comes first.
Okay, I called Brian Drum today and he's the wetlands person at the DEC in Region 4, and this is about wetland preservation. So he's the guy that, he's the man at DEC Region 3, sorry.
We're getting a lot of feedback from you, but
Who's,
Me?
you know, following up with the wetland regulation and doing the work on wetland regulations. He said that he did, some of the backlog for getting the, jurisdictional determination has gone down, so they're working through the backlog. That's getting better. And he's, and again, so the wetland, well, there's a new law that came into effect January 1st, 2025 that makes major changes with the wetlands in New York State. Making it smaller wetlands are regulated, and because we're in the city of Kingston, we are a special designation that is urban, and so all wetlands in Kingston are protected. All wetlands, basically of any size. So I just wanted to check in with him if, there had been any changes or anything, and so that's why I'm reporting on this. And again, so I guess my message about that is that he did say that if there was something we really just wanted to check with, we could call the Region 3 and ask them, and they would quickly look into it and give us a kind, some information, a little information, information on the wetlands. And so, because otherwise, if there's a very special project and we have to go through some central office, it will take a little longer. So he was okay with the CAC or the planning department making just a direct call to Region 3 to get some confirmation. And then he also did say that if a municipality had already approved a project or something prior to 2025, there's nothing that needs to be done. But now everything will need, a permit or a minor, and it's minor in 2027 and major in 2028. Anyway, so that's what I have. So if we're reviewing a project and we see that there might be potential for a wetland, then we want to look into that. And right now, it doesn't seem like anything on the planning board is an issue. So, any questions on that? I don't have anything on the preservation ordinance. Has the common council seen anything?
Nothing, yeah. I think we're waiting on this latest,
Okay,
I think be more public comment. Schedule is.
okay, I thought I had asked for Midtown Thriving. So, I'm putting,
Oh, sorry about
I'm
that.
putting solar zone, I'll talk about it under solar zoning.
Okay.
So Midtown Thriving is a study, is basically a brownfield opportunity situation and pattern for progress, did most of the work, and they gave a presentation, and then there was a deadline for comment on July 31st, which was Sunday on the weekend, and you could submit be a survey monkey, basically. So I, as an individual citizen, submitted. And the reason I'm bringing this up as solar zoning is that I did comment on the work that I did for solar zoning for the committee that is looking at the form-based code, which I can't remember their name, but they're reviewing the form-based code, because one of the things that I realized is that if you put solar parking canopies with solar on top in almost all the parking lots, it would make a big difference in how much solar could be generated in the city of Kingston. The main places to have solar are on all the rooftops and in the parking lots. So the BOA basically took almost all the parking lots in Midtown and suggested them for development of housing. So I thought, including the parking lot next to Monkey Joe's. And I was not really sure why Walgreens was included, except for that it was a brownfield site. Walgreens there was a dry cleaner there, and there was a trolley barn. So that was a contaminated site that got cleaned up, but they were calling for like a 6-story multifamily on that corner. And I thought that was really, that was what their suggestion was. And I just, I don't even know if I commented on it, but it seemed like it's a really, the only place in the neighborhood where you can buy any stuff you need, right? Food and household items and stuff. So that was that. And then they had also talked about native plants, and I gave them the wording in the form-based code where new development it has to use native planting. So, that was it was a great suggestion. And then the other ones I think I commented on was they would talk about specific areas, and then they would say what was nearby and how it was significant. And I just added my suggestions of, some of those things, like whether it was close to the library or some other community gathering place.
But these were all comments you made as an individual.
I did.
Council didn't make any.
No, because we didn't have time, but I'm just reporting back. It's what I did as an individual.
Okay.
And I did it was a long document, but I scanned through it and everything. Also, they never really talk about any kind of, and it wasn't probably their job, but there is like microgrids and some other things that you can do in a city, like shared heating, shared cooling. That was never covered, anything like that, but that could have been covered in that area. So anyway, so I did that. And so I just wanted to report out on that. And then, so anything else on Midtown Thriving? Okay.
The only thing I was going to mention is I just want to make sure everybody understands that when you do a BOA, one of these brownfield opportunity areas, that incorporates the environmental review or SECRA into the BOA. Sometimes
yeah.
people, the BOA is done. Now we're going to have a SECRA review. No.
It's already done.
No, you might have supplemental, a supplemental secret. No, the generic or primary review is the BOA.
Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, and then neighbor notification, does anyone have anything to report in this investigation?
Oh, just so many hardware stores. Mostly just two, but they both did not have anything.
Yeah.
Just pictures of nothing. Just like the aisle. Okay.
Yeah, there's.
I didn't go to the one Kingston one. It's the one I didn't have a chance to go to, but yeah, grocery store didn't have anything. So nothing.
I did go, I didn't take any photos of the one piece.
Well, there's nothing to take a photo of.
Yeah. So I guess that was. pretty-
Also, those hardware stores did not sell the little yellow signs.
Right, so where are they gonna get them? You need them, I guess you could probably implement the that going too.
Sorry, what are we searching?
Oh,
Yeah, so Ulster County has the neighbor notification law for pesticide application,
Oh,
which means anyone applying pesticide in an area greater than 10 square feet.
100 square.
Yeah, 20 square feet, that'll be it, small. Has to, you have to notify your direct neighbors. And the stores that sell pesticide have to have some kind of notice that says this.
Oh, yeah, and it also says kind of pesticides are not the greatest thing in the world,
Yes.
that kind of thing, yeah.
There's more to it too, like, I mean, all commercial applicators have to have those signs, but for private applicator or like private homeowners,
those little yellow signs that are in the ground.
yeah, they have to put them up too for an area greater than 100. That's great, but, yeah, so we're gonna investigate the various hardware stores in the area, not just within Kingston, to see if anyone was putting up the signs in the store, and seems like no one is in the immediate areas.
So but requiring those within the store is that Ulster County, like, well,
That's also part of the law. yeah.
okay, got it.
Mhm.
Hmm.
All right, so I had contacted Eve Walter, who's the director, public health director at the health department. And she said that, the law is in place and that they're responding to complaints when they come to us. And she said it's very rare, but when they do, a warning is given to the applicator property owner and education is given. She didn't mention the stores. No violator has required enforcement beyond warning. And it says businesses that sell regulated materials are required to have signage. However, our regulatory capacity centers on responding to individual complaints. So I did ask if we could, meet up with her so that we could provide we could work with the health department to provide additional information to our public or to the stores that didn't compete with what they were doing. And she's just really busy, so she hasn't been able to set up a meeting. So I did follow up on that, and if I already reported on this, I apologize, I don't think I did. Anyway, so good going.
So is there a list somewhere that people wrote down what they didn't find?
Do you want that list? Do you want us to physically?
We're gonna start.
I did say it, I didn't follow through with that all.
Oh, well, we're gonna start, of photos of these things if they exist.
Oh, yeah, but also if you check, then I don't have to check, so you should just have.
You have I went to Hannaford and saw that by the raid, there was no sign.
So I can make a Google Doc in that, Google Drive.
Yes.
I like fill the right shares of
The
that.
address, who checked, when you checked, and what was checked.
Yeah, and then we could, in terms of the yellow signs, we could, ask the store to carry them or do education on where they can get them.
Yeah, I do feel like it must be. I feel like the target for this is the stores because the individual applicators, it's gonna be really hard. I mean, I understand why they get few complaints. It's gonna be impossible to tell if your neighbor sprayed pesticides while you were away at work.
Right.
And that's the point of the notification law. So, makes sense. And then also if the health department is having a hard time doing the many regulatory things required with tracking down the applicators, there's only so many hardware stores that could be selling regulated materials. Right?
And the applicators are, they're licensed by the DEC, you can get a list immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing is, for me personally, I get most of my pesticides online. So a lot of these people are not going to stores.
That's interesting. Okay.
But it really depends on like who is applying for what, from what company. But yeah, for me personally, I don't.
What kind of websites do you go to? Do they have notices on the website that?
They're pretty thorough.
They-
Oh, yeah, some of them I can't even purchase from because it's
Oh.
restricted in New York, yeah.
No way. Okay, cool.
And so, yeah, so Jen does have a applicator's license.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cause she works somewhere that requires it in. Okay, and just, anyway. Okay, so let's keep doing this and, basically and I also brought this up at the EMC and basically, and to see if anyone else was interested, and sometimes that kind of trickles back to other people. And yeah, and I just wanted to know from the health department, what we could provide and not step on toes or whatever. Yeah. So I'll keep following up with it. Cause I said, well, we could come to you, she could come here, that kind of thing. Because also we want to understand, like, well, is it, which ones are in this law versus, other like raid versus roundup is a good example.
I think it'd also be interesting to know, maybe we already know this, is does the warning and information need to be posted at the location of the pesticides or just on the premises? So like there could be a sign when you walk in, like by the bottle return, that's like, hey.
That's a good point. I did like walk around the various aisles and like I looked at where the equipment were and there's no signs, but it's possible that it's like customer service.
She did say the aisle. On this email, she said the aisle.
Yeah.
So,
That's what it's required to be?
yeah,
Okay.
so let me see, check again. Good, okay. And that was all also on the website, have signage posted on the shelving / display area, housing materials. Okay. So I think that's all. I think we're doing a great job on that and, okay, so the 2025 year-end report, what do we do on that?
I didn't get information from two people.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you for those engaging, sending the information. So I will say that the copy that I have in my hand is ready to be completed as long as people can answer the questions that I will ask at this moment. Emily, you crossed off actively participated in the 2025 Kingston Earth Fair. I don't know why that would have been crossed off because you all did actively participate in the Kingston 2025.
I thought we did do the work fair.
You didn't?
No, we gave up because we weren't ready.
Okay, got it. I
Okay.
totally forgot that. Thank you. In the organizational liaison and appointees, is anyone here on the Kingston Forward Rezoning Committee?
No.
Is anyone on Complete Streets Advisory Council? No. And is anyone part of the Hudson Valley Climate Action Network?
I don't know, is that Sustainable Hudson Valley? No.
That's the, this is the HV CAM. It's like the people who do like the, Vanessa and, okay, if you don't think that you are, then it's an honor.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
What about Hyde Park Trails? Oh, that's me. Yes? Okay. All right, so, is there anything that the two of you want me to add?
Like your thesis?
Well, I didn't think that counted.
Well,
I don't know, we should put it in there, so.
the professional development part.
Yeah, that's the thing is the first half of last year was all that, and then the second half was a NISAC and other things. So I don't think I have anything to add to this.
Okay. All right, and if people don't have anything to add and everyone's okay with that, then I would say you should adopt this as done.
Did you add the NISAC conference? I said it did nothing,
I added everything that the people that sent me stuff,
but I wrote a whole paragraph on it.
I did,
Yeah, okay.
I added that verbatim.
Okay. Maybe we should put a little image in there of your of your, award. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So we wanna. I motion to accept the 2025 year end report.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
All right, I will finalize this and then you'll bring it to public safety.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, Julie.
May I review a copy?
You may have it.
Good. And that's another reason why it's good to have the minutes accurate, because then she can pull the information from the minutes. Okay, Kevin, do you want to talk about the secret changes?
They're muted.
He's so expressive.
Yeah, I killed it when you said there was feedback. So, right, okay. Yeah, this came out as the secret changes are part of the governor's budget process. And the key thing that they're trying to do, that the governor's trying to do is to expedite secret reviews for affordable housing. That sounds very good, right? Until you start looking at the devil in the details and see that the word affordable doesn't appear in the budget.
Yeah.
It's not there. So, yeah, that, and then there's other issues that came up as a result of that. I've been attending the Hudson Valley Alliance for Land Conservation and Affordable Housing meetings, and they've been doing a fairly in-depth reviews on this. It's not totally finished with their comments, and they've reached out to other groups. So we have a combination of housing groups that have commented, and environmental groups that have commented, and an outside environmental group that's not part of this, who have kind of embargoed their comments. So I can't really say much about them other than I think a lot of their key bullet points were things that I'd already picked up on. So I think I can go through that very quickly. They reference disturbed sites as a place to put affordable housing. Okay. But the definition of previously disturbed sites is fairly broad, and there is a secondary legislation pending that I believe it came from State Senator May that has a different definition. So that has to be sorted out as to where they're going on previously disturbed sites. It's exactly what that means. So the comment would be that it's an overbroad definition and needs further review. They somehow threw in maintain lawns as an exempt thing where it would be exempt from secret if you were building on a maintained lawn. And that opened up a whole can of worms of discussions like, well, what constitutes a maintained lawn? And it doesn't have since it doesn't have conservation values necessarily as much as straight up habitat that hasn't been turned into a lawn. Where are they going on this? So that needed further clarification. They also discussed smart growth principles. Well, I think our group had wanted to discuss smart growth principles, and so because the whole thing could lead to sprawl and a lot of unintended consequences. Ashley, if you speak to Carly, you might get her take on it. Carly was at the meeting yesterday that I was on, and so I'm trying to figure does the CAC want to make comments on the secret proposal? That's my question for you before we really get lost in the weeds on it. I'll throw that out for
Is there,
discussion.
are there specific people that are asking for us to do this, or we would just do it on our own and send it to the,
I think it goes to somebody in the governor's office whose name I have, if we want to proceed. Uh, yeah, did somebody have a question?
no?
Oh, okay, I thought I heard something.
So
Yeah.
this is the document you sent us that's 1,000 pages?
It's only one section that pertains to it. That's how it came to me. And that's how
Yeah.
it'll get it downloaded if you go to the Assembly or the Senate. Yeah, it is a gazillion pages, but the secret portion for the exemptions, what they're trying to do is put exemptions on secret to expedite, the housing, right? And that's how they left it, housing, not affordable. And then we had all these other bulleted points that came up. So if we want to make comments, I can do this offline and show you what I picked up on.
I think I would love to see that, Kevin. I did give this a couple of tries reading through it, and I think without the broader context you have, I was pretty confused.
Yeah, I think there's somewhere buried in it, there's a subsection E. Then that's the only thing that really matters in terms of secret. The rest of it is just the budget. And even in that, there's some provisions that pertain only to New York City, and they have a different whole situation. They do secret with a C, city environmental quality review, unless it's a state project or a state agency involved. So they do it differently down there. I don't think we want to get lost in their weeds. No. The other thing was the thresholds for these exemptions. I think they had a one size fits all, and I think it was 100 units. So up to 100 units, you're exempt. You can, and without the word affordable in there, you can see all these housing developers that want to do luxury housing just coming waltzing right in under this provision. And you'll get no affordable housing. You'll get no secret and no affordable housing. There's a potential for that. The other topic that was discussed was jurisdictional avoidance. That follows right up with what I just said. Yeah, and yeah, so it does have a potential for a lot of unintended consequences and a vastly reduced secret going forward. And this is going to happen as part of the budget process, so it could happen relatively quickly. But knowing how fast Albany moves, we probably have a little bit of time.
Mm. Yeah, and I have a question of your reading on it, because I got the basics of it. With these changes to secret, do you foresee a lot more of the burden of environmental assessments falling on local municipalities? Because those, from my understanding, they're still requiring, like, obviously local planning boards to review it. So if these, secret requirements were to be diminished, would a lot more of the burden fall to local governments to, make sure these
It may be
impacts are
exempt. They're using the word exempt from secret for a lot of projects. So I don't know how that's going to work. If it comes up with the planning board and there's no secret review, well, what's Suzanne going to do? I don't know. Yeah, these are the questions we're kicking around, and I'm not sure people have the answers.
Right.
But I would suggest speaking to Carly. She was at the meeting there yesterday. Ashley, I mean you. You may want to speak to Carly. And are you familiar with Jonathan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Speak to Jonathan.
Okay.
Definitely speak to Jonathan. Jonathan was at the meeting yesterday too.
Right.
Okay, so I think we need to know whether or not, we want to do anything or let these larger environmental organizations handle it. And is it
Question I
seems like
have,
it's in our purview because we're trying to protect the environment.
Yeah.
Right, certainly. The other question I had was, as the CAC, do we have the authority to contact the governor? Or does the mayor or the council have to do that? I mean, we're just an advisory board, we're not,
Well, we,
yeah.
well, we've commented like on the bees stuff for the neonicotinoids, right?
Right, but I
Neonicotinoids, yeah.
yeah, don't recall us commenting on the budget though, ever. Unless my memory is missing, could be.
Is it wrong to say it seems like it's a little bit of burden? But it's,
Hmm.
It seems like it's pertinent to us and that we should all review it and understand how it might impact us, but.
like.
Has the council talked about this at all?
This doesn't sound familiar to me at all, so I don't think so. If it's come up in a different committee, but I don't know what committee it come up in.
What
My
about,
impression is hardly anybody is tracking on this and they're gonna be blindsided.
Hmm.
It's one
what
of
about
those,
our electric?
just go right through in Albany and then you'll secret review? No, we don't do that anymore for, it's just under 100 units. No secret.
View this as we inform the city of Kingston and advise them, hey, we have concerns about these upcoming changes.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if providing comments to like Bartek.
What's that?
Bartek is Bartek Staradai is a housing director. For the city.
Oh, maybe we
That's-
should
that's-
write the sustainability coordinator.
You could write to this. She's pretty busy.
I was just thinking, if our role is an advisory board to the city, then it sounds like in this case, should be our role to, summarize our thoughts on this and advise the city on if we think it's bad or not.
I think that sounds a lot more reasonable.
And then the people that are in control of the budget is our elected officials. Right?
Yes, yeah, the governor prepares the budget, submits it to the legislature. That's where we're at. This is the governor's proposal. So
Yeah, and the
Congress
Assembly and the
then
Senate have to
develop-
vote on it. The
Yeah.
Assembly and the Senate have to vote on
Mhm.
it. So by elected officials, I meant Shrestha and Hinge. Right. So, because we could also, could we write to them? Not the governor.
I would also be interested to know if any of us are in contact with other small cities that might be reviewing this to see what the particular impacts on Kingston could be for something like this, and then we could provide that particular input. But I don't know. I mean, I also don't want to say this is over our heads, but it's maybe a little over my head. Just the legal language, and there are really smart lawyer type people who have probably reviewed this, right? And have more advice about the particular consequences like you had, Kevin.
Well, I know Jonathan is looking, but Jonathan still had questions. I had a question on wetlands. The whole room went quiet. Nobody had the answer. This is we're in uncharted waters. Look behind me. Uncharted waters, yes.
I mean, it also could be a simple action of the CAC. Send a communication to the mayor and or Bartek and or me and or whomever to say, hey, are you aware that this is present? You might want to we just are red flagging. Not like, these are the concerns, we have solutions, all this, but like, hey, by the way, are you aware?
Start by informing people.
Yes.
Now, one of the things I was told about why and this is, secondhand information. I didn't hear it from Governor Hochul or one of her representatives. It was somebody who spoke to somebody in their office. So it's, like we're playing telephone or something here. Was that the reason they didn't put the word affordable in is that there's a lot of projects, maybe a lot of these affordable housing projects are not truly affordable housing projects. There's like a, like in Kingston, we have a percentage of affordable housing. So it's really a market rate project with an affordable housing component. So they want to encourage those developers. But the problem is when you encourage that sort of thing, you're weakening SECRA by doing this. So I don't know what Bartek's position would be. His may be, this could go, adversarial. I was concerned with this with Hudson Valley Alliance, that the land trusts were gonna split off from the housing people and the whole thing goes. But yeah, so far that hasn't happened. We're everybody's pulling together and trying to come up with positive comments. So that's just something else to be aware of. We're looking at it from the environmental perspective, but the housing people might say, hey, great, we don't have to do SECRA anymore. Fantastic. What a nuisance that was.
It's, I like the idea of starting out by informing our, department heads that need to know this. The mayor, and I don't know if it's something that we need to send to the common council, but the mayor, housing and sustainability. And then,
That's not bad.
yeah, it's pretty hard, but so what we would need to do is to deputize Kevin and I to quickly, compose a letter and send it off so that they're aware of this in the budget. Because we, and I'm fine with that if other people are fine with that, including Kevin.
Yeah, well, I have a list of bulleted points already. I think I
Yeah.
went through it of it. Yeah, okay. We have previously disturbed sites, this thing on the maintained lawns, which is kind of, I don't know where that came from. Limiting development to the disturbed portion of a disturbed parcel. Because the way it's worded, it's not clear. It sounds like you could just, if a portion of a parcel has been disturbed, you can develop on the whole parcel.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
it sounds like, and they're trying, yeah, okay. Clearly identified types of non-residential uses that may be permitted. That was another thing. Then the threshold of the 100 units, we discussed that already. That's outside New York City. The secret exemption threshold would increase from 3 units presently to up to 100 units. That's a big issue right there.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. And the word affordable missing, that's huge. And then infrastructure. What about infrastructure? Water and sewer and capacity limitations. Anybody tracking on that over here with this legislation? Maybe not so much. SECRA review should be required for contaminated sites. That was discussed. Yeah, because that could be considered a disturbed site, and now it's exempt, right? And then zoning compliance, and that turned into a long convoluted discussion where somebody decided to use Kingston as an example, and I went, oh no. I was thinking of Bluestone Court with the walkable neighborhood without sidewalks. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of issues here but those are the bulleted points. So okay,
Thank you for going over those. What do people think?
I think just hearing all that we clearly, at least from Kevin's side, have comments on this. So if we're informing, I agree that we should inform the people, like the mayor and people within the city of Kingston that we feel need to be informed. I don't see why as an advisory board, we cannot include at least some of Kevin's comments that we just heard right now in that letter.
Yeah. No, okay, so we agree that Kevin is the expert on this. He has other ways to get. I mean, Kevin is more well informed than we are. And
You're an expert.
sorry, but he also is able, and he is also able to his concerns are gonna probably be expressed through other organizations. Not specifically his, but a joint effort. Um,
And one
But-
group environmental group that's gonna send in comments separately.
yes, yeah, not combined, but that's
You know,
fine.
those are gonna be
Um,
stronger comments than what the Hudson Valley Alliance is doing, because we have half of our group are.
And we haven't gotten anything, anyway. So we did, yeah, so does anyone else have any comments in the commission here, the Conservation Council? So do you think we should send,
I think we should send a letter to the mayor, other
yeah,
relevant
because
parties.
you're not a member,
I'm
so.
sorry, I'm sorry.
So, thank you for your public comment.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Somebody should make a resolution.
Yeah, we need a resolution if we're gonna send these in the next week, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I haven't looked at it first once. No, that's good. I think that sounds great. I think, yeah, keeping it informal at first.
Right, so okay,
All right, then I make a motion that we deputize Kevin and Emily to draft a letter to the mayor, common council, if necessary, director of housing,
Director of Sustainability.
coordinator of the city of Kingston. Pointing out this proposed change to secra in the budget and also highlighting some of Kevin's commentary.
all right. Is there a second?
Second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, Kevin, I'll be talking to
Second
you.
was, who is the second?
Ray,
Right.
yep.
Ray, okay, I thought that was you, Ray. That's just-
All right, great. Thank you.
I'm learning your, okay,
Okay, the Lord Sophus Creek Advisory Council. Oh, there is now a watershed coordinator for the Lower Sophus Creek. I think we've talked about this before. And so they are, and that's Ella
Had to be on.
Catabiani. And they are now working towards getting an advisory council together, and I've been contacted about that. So I think that's all I have to say about that.
The mayor also has been requested to appoint somebody
Okay,
who would like to appoint you if you're willing.
okay, that would be okay.
Okay.
And it was one appointment?
This is in a note from Kristen Wilson from the city. Each municipality from the county rather, each municipality along the creek will have a voting member who will be the chief elected official or their designate.
Okay, oh my gosh.
You would be the designate.
Well, that's a big order. Okay.
Biggest commodore.
Okay, and then I have something that has to do with the EMC that really would be under new business. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that. The county executive, Jen Metzger, has been, she put out an executive order, I guess she announced it on Monday. Yesterday I wasn't here, but I was contacted along with two other members of AEMC, because they want to have, there's been an Ulster County Climate Smart Committee that has had trouble with attendance and some other things, so they want to make the climate smart for Ulster County being a subcommittee of the EMC. And so that was announced, in this executive order that I think she covered some other, community, about the goals of the CLCPA and so on. So I just wanted to bring that up, that we're trying to kind of keep that momentum, and the EMC, since the EMC was, the idea of EMCs was founded over, like, I want to say almost 50 years ago with the CACs, and there was no kind of talk of climate change. And now a lot of the CACs are also doing the climate work, but there's also, like in Kingston, there's separate agencies, a group, the Climate Smart Committee. So anyway, so they're gonna put that as a subcommittee so that we can have representatives from the different municipalities, working on the climate smart issues. And I think they are also trying to work, to kind of get maybe some local, for the MC to take on some projects that are kind of bridging those two topics. And maybe you know more about this because you work for the county. But I did want to bring that up. And I also, under that, I understand that the Hudson Valley Regional Council has been funded by the county to help with the climate smart activities. And I think you can just sign up and ask for help if you need help from the Hudson Valley Regional Council on climate smart stuff. So anyway, and that is only for 1 year with a capacity to move on for 3 years. So that doesn't really count us, but just bringing that up as another opportunity for technical assistance, basically. So bring that up. Okay. No, are there any communications?
Oh,
Emily, was there any discussion involving the Esopus Creek management plan, the implementation plan rather?
No. No, it was just like, they were just kind of figuring out. I think the communication was much more about people, who could be on it and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
Natural Resources Network.
yeah.
So what day is the 26th?
Thursday.
So Brenda and I are working to establish this, you might know, from Dutchess County. We brought it to Ulster County, and we had our first one in November. It's just basically gathering of natural resource professionals or people like highly interested in natural resources. We got together at Kingston Standard. We're going to do it there again. It was a good time, so it's kind of a little drop in.
If people have RSVP'd and need to RSVP. I've RSVP'd. My climate smart meeting is now the same thing.
No.
Bring them
When
there.
did they do that?
Recently.
Rats.
Which means no climate smarters will go. No.
That's a bummer.
I mean, it starts at 6.
That's just kind of smart. Oh, so you
Push this back by a little bit, make it as well.
Push it back.
Like till 7:30? Or
I mean, I just physically can't get there until like 6:30.
That's okay.
Well, that's-
See, last time it was like people were rolling through the
Yeah.
entire time.
Okay.
they still sell beer at 6:30?
And
Yeah.
last time we were the only people there. Which was kind of nice, so like.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
It's
nice.
like-
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna put this up.
I'll make it
It's
known.
complete.
But it usually closes fast.
Oh, really?
Well, they can pre-order for you.
They're before 8 o'clock on Thursdays, I thought.
You
They
can,
get
you can
pre-ordered.
text me and I will.
Yeah, we can
order. Yeah. But if anyways, I brought these posters also in case anyone knows a good place to put one up in their house or something.
Mhm.
I've done a really poor job of putting them up this time.
So it starts, it starts at 5 though, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Look at
yes.
that one where it's dropping.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll put one up at the anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if somebody walk out too.
Oh, that's exciting.
Okay, so,
I also wanted to announce very, very, very early, that we are doing a free paint collection again, like we did last year. It is May 16th. This is, Climate Smart, but you have to pre-register. Last year we had 480 people, 480 cars, and it was pouring rain. But it might be interesting too, if you either A, have paint, or B, want to actually work it. The $100 cash, you work for the day, you get lunch, I eat pizza and breakfast. It's at Herzog's in the plaza parking lot, and people don't get out of their cars, they just drive up, drive through a line. We go into your truck, take the paint out, and you keep driving. And
are
they're,
you taking oil or late or both?
whatever the list says on there, it's,
Oil based for like latex stains, interiors.
So-
and this is all being run through Green Sheen, which is a certified paint care, vendor, person, group. And they recycle all of it.
And if we want to go out, who will you tell me?
Me.
Okay, does he know?
Yep, okay.
That's great.
Extremely fun, even though back in the pouring and freezing last year, we all had it out really once. And everyone is like, this is the best thing we did.
Even though you can take it to Herzog's any day.
Any day. And Herzog's loved it too.
Huh.
Because they actually promoted it to a lot of their, painters.
Cool.
I mean, we had everyone from like someone bringing one little can of something to truckloads and truckloads. There's no limit.
Nice.
Awesome.
Is there a limit on the number of people you want helping out?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the limit?
Last year I think it was 10. I had 10. But it ended up being some climate smarters, some DPW people.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's great.
you don't need to have any skill whatsoever. Well, you don't need to know anything about paint, you just need to be able to be outside on your feet for a day.
All right, that's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
I did attend the public safety, or are there any other announcements besides the paint and the? Okay. Tomorrow, Thursday night, again, Laura Heady's gonna give the talk on, I Love a Rainy Night at Perry Institute, and you can sign up to do it by Zoom. And she's talking about the amphibian crossings.
I just attended the other day.
Oh, you did?
Well, like 30-minute online thing. That was very informative. Very cool.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so this,
Huh?
Are you gonna go out too?
It depends on when it is. Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, it can get really late
yeah.
into the night, so
So
it's a rainy night.
those frogs gotta keep on ice.
That's right.
So, yeah, so she's gonna talk about the whole program, I believe, at the Carey Institute. Thursday night, 7 o'clock, I think, and you can sign up for Zoom, but sign up beforehand. And then they'll send you the recording even if you don't attend, so. Yeah, but you can always go on to their website and get it later.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's the founder.
Oh, okay.
And it's all under her umbrella.
Yeah, she's the founder and
The
the
guy that
coordinator.
was, I was watching, he was based out of Albany.
Yeah, yeah,
That might be.
yeah. She's the founder and has been doing it for a long time, yeah. So anyway, I reported on the public safety, I reported on, air quality monitoring, the native plants. I showed them a mock-up of the postcards. Talked about the neighbor notification, talked about Midtown Thriving, some of the planning projects, talked about the annual report. I also mentioned the leachate, which is not, I'll talk about it. And just, mentioned Ukra's solid waste plans for gasification. I think that was all. So. Climate smart. Kevin,
Yeah, where am I? Oh, okay, I'm not, yeah, okay, we're good. Michael Helm appeared, with the, inventory report on refrigerants and, went through that and gave us some slides to go, which I haven't poured through all of the slides yet. But, it got pretty technical on the various refrigerants and, trying to find refrigerants that you can use that will, not cause harm, right? So,
Michael
that's
Helm?
Michael Helm, yes, Helme, yeah.
Who is he? I mean,
Who
is
is
he a
he?
member of the Climate Smart?
No, he's.
No,
He's,
uh, no, he's not. I believe he
consulted with
was,
the New Yorkers for cool refrigerant management.
Oh, great. Oh, cool.
right. And
Very
he's
nice.
yeah, he's associated with Sustainable Hudson Valley, but don't think he's not directly connected to, Melissa Everett or that board.
No, he was a city engaged Sustainable Hudson Valley to do the refrigerant management plan. They subbed with New Yorkers for cool refrigerant management. Do the bulk of the work.
So I think that provided the bulk of the meeting, actually, and let me pull up those minutes here. Okay, yeah. I could run you through the alphabet soup of, refrigerants, but I mean, probably your eyes will glaze over at this
Yes,
time of the
please don't.
meeting.
So,
I won't, believe mine will too. And an analysis of city building emissions was presented. And, leak detection was a big ticket item. I mean, if you've, as somebody who is involved with HVAC periodically, I can tell you that they leak. And that's one of the problems with refrigerants. So, he went through all of that. And Kingston is working with other Hudson Valley municipalities to develop robust appliance recycling programs, which I think we kind of knew that already, but he put that in his presentation. And, let me see what else we had at this meeting. 2026 focus. Again, it's a little late in the evening. I don't think we want to run through their entire list for 2026. But, a lot of things were discussed. Benchmarking, solar readiness, EV readiness, financial mechanisms. There's a whole long list that comes out of the climate action plan. And the question was whether we were going to follow, which ones were going to be the priorities for 26. And, Emily Chesson, who, her day job is at NYSERDA, she was there and mentioned that she had submitted the battery storage memo. And, the climate smart recertification was mentioned in this regard. And, Julie did a lot of explaining on the various program initiatives and point ranking. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. Melissa Iachetta reported on battery storage products and, is expected to have an event at Blue Duck Brewery at 79 Hurley Avenue in early March to discuss that. And the Climate Smart Commission is a sponsor or a co-sponsor of that event. They passed a resolution for that. And then the other stuff we covered, which maybe Julie's going to cover here, would be, organics and, the general sustainability reports. And the next Repair Cafe, which I think Julie just sent something out on, was I had it down in the minutes as February 21st at Clinton Avenue Methodist.
Yes.
Yeah,
Repair
okay.
Cafe.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at
21st.
that well in depth. I think I was dealing with the plumbers at that point. So, yeah, all right. So I think that covers the climate smart for the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So the um, okay, so for the Ulster County Environmental Management Council, I got late to that because I went to public safety, but I just want to say the woman here tonight, Kristen Chair, is from Hurley CAC and they just got their NRI completed. So that was very good for them. And I think Marbletown has $600,000 through their community preservation or through a grant to work with trails. Also, Marbletown is on the Esopus and they've had to close their beach down for years because of Enterococcus, and they did do a DNA analysis, and it is the source of the Enterococcus are ruminants, so not humans. And they, they're still hoping the levels have gone down. They want to open the beach back up if they can. There's still a lot of talk about the both the Coleman site, lithium battery, what do they call it? Storage, right? Because they're also, I guess, want to bring in one, besides the Coleman site, back to the, what they call the glide path, which is, it's right by the Ulster County landfill, the closed townable landfill behind the mall. It's kind of in that area when you drive in on, I don't know the road, sorry. Anyway, so they're talking about 250 megawatts there, so there's.
They might build a second battery facility there? Like near the
Yeah.
so? Okay.
So originally, the glide path was a gas-fired one, and then they were gonna switch to something. And that got shut down, and then now they're still looking at that, so, because of where the power lines are and everything. But I think that it's gonna be a bigger facility than they had talked about originally. Yeah, so that's coming up also at the town of Ulster. Woodstock and Ulster are still upset about the Zenith development because of the roads, but nothing's really happened. And then Mark Ryder from UCRA gave a talk on solid waste. And by the way, they are composting 7,500 tons of food waste, and they are getting permission to go to 10,000 tons. And they so they have some deadlines for reducing waste. And I wrote them down, but they're 30, 60, 90 and 30, 40, 50, which I apologize because that doesn't make any sense. Now I'm looking at it. So 90% by 2060. I don't know. Anyway. So the one of the things is they've never had really good way to get recycling compliance, and now they are going to have a hearing officer. You have to have a hearing officer to have a hearing to. This is public compliance mostly on either flow control or recycling. So they have to have a compliance officer and a hearing officer. And they have both of those now so that they can, basically find people. And there is flow control for solid waste in Ulster County. So if someone's going out of the county, that's one of the things. But I think they also want to do recycling compliance, but don't hold me on that. So they are really moving ahead and trying to find an alternative because of Seneca Meadows closing. And also I just heard that the Albany Wrap Road landfill is closing in 2026. That I think is the one when you take the big turn on the thruway, it's right there. Yeah. So that's a big deal. So they have a hierarchy of rethink, redesign, reduce, reuse, and so on. There is a 10-year local solid waste management plan that's going to that goes to 2029. And they're very interested in doing more circular economy work, which is, circular is really not just recycling, it can be many things. Finding waste products from one company that can be used by another company and so on. The one of the things that's really cool is that they are going to start a mattress recycling program. They're working with the company. They're gonna have storage for them, and then they're going, and then the mattresses are recycled for fiber, wood, and metal. So, and the fiber is used for insulation and sandbags or something like that. So, but I don't understand whether or not they're gonna take them from the municipal transfer stations.
I know, and they're already taking them.
They are taking them?
Oh, they're gonna also be building like a shed.
Shed for storage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they said they don't want any mattresses with bed bugs. So, okay. But that's really exciting. The mattress companies, the manufacturers have been trying to do producer responsibility. So, and, so Pine Minister County is going on that bandwagon. And they're also gonna set up in the town sites, take it or leave it sheds, so that all town sites will have a place where people can put stuff, so that's really exciting. Anyway, and then then the big thing is that I think people really need to watch for is that they want to do a gasification. It's called, no, it's not gas, thermal hydrolysis, and it's a company out of Madrid, Spain. And that would be how the rest of the garbage is taken care of. And that's gonna be something really to watch. They're looking at everything to figure out if they want to sign an agreement with them.
So basically burning the rest of the trash for energy, is that the?
No, they will be operating what's called a dirty MRF, so dirty materials recovery facility, where basically all of the waste stream would be together, and there would be technologies that separate out by material type. So like, and some of this already happens, but like magnets and optical sorting and things like that, and pulling out as many different waste streams as possible to reduce the amount of what's left over. And then what were they doing with the amount that was left over? Still landfilling it? Or I don't think,
No,
I don't.
then I think it goes, I think the dirty MRF, they're saying that 20% could be recovered, regulated recyclables. And then I think anything that isn't goes into the thermal hydrolysis. Because they do need organics for the thermal hydrolysis. But first of all, a MRF is a materials recovery facility. They already have a clean MRF, a materials for clean, which is what you put in your recycling bins.
Right.
And they separate that out, the metal, the plastic, and the paper streams and so on. And so they're still gonna compost. But there seems to be, basic, they said that still a lot of recycling doesn't get, regulated recyclables are not being put in the trash. Yeah, so, anyway, so I think it's really gonna impact how everyone censors solid waste and how it's gonna be paid for. But anyway, so I think we just need to watch this stuff. And the company is called Global NRG, and they're gonna do six months due diligence, looking at everything and to evaluate the science of this system. Anyway, so I think we should just, and the way they came up with these people, by the way, so they did a solid waste diversion RFP and they got 5 proposals. They weeded it down to 3 and then they weeded it down to 1. And Julie, I don't know where you got your information, but there was a very good article in Hudson Valley One about this system, about what they were doing.
I was on the
You're on the,
meeting.
what?
I was at the meeting.
Oh, yes, okay.
I was remote.
Okay. So, yeah, in the, was there anything about landfill leachate that they did have
I only got there for Mark Ryder's presentation. I was
Okay.
not there for
Okay.
the chick.
I think oh, I know, I attended a meeting on landfill leachate and public information meeting, and they basically talked about what they were gonna do for this issue with landfill leachate and how long they were gonna give the various landfills for compliance, like it's a 5-year period, and
Was this an IPRA meeting?
no, I'm just,
Something.
I'm sorry, I'm getting this confused. The landfill leachate was, we wrote a letter to, I think, the Common Council because we wanted that the DEC had not kind of come out with the information they were supposed to come out about how to deal with landfill leachate. So they finally did a public information meeting, and it was remote, and I attended. And so I'm not gonna tell you exactly what they said, but it seems like landfills have about 5 years to come up with a way to treat landfill leachate. They can treat it at their site. They can get together with 2 landfills and do something at one, and so on. And I know, and it came up also because, of course, Ulster County Resource Recovery Agency has 3 landfills with some leachate. So they also still, even though they've been closed since 1996 or so, they still have to treat the leachate. Yeah, so there's a lot going on with public solid waste. They haven't done anything with, there was supposed to be no, there was a study on, a reuse site where there was an idea of having a building where building products and everything could come in and been used, and they are basically putting out an RFP for operation, I believe, but they still don't have a building. And they call it Repower, and it actually stands for something, because but I failed to write that down. So anyway, so they are really working to do some, I feel like diversion. So that's all. Sorry about all that long EMC report back. Community preservation.
Yeah, so we had a big jump in the total of the CPF from December, which was cool. So now the fund has $473,068.02. We have 2 inquiries about the fund, about like projects that could be funded by the fund. So we're trying to figure out our process for taking those and moving them along. That's the main discussion right now. We don't really have much else.
That's great.
I have something. I started this thing the same day of the meeting, and I was taking Eli. Eli did a presentation, and I took his presentation and turned it into a document that we can comment on.
Oh, great.
So
Cool.
okay, I
Is
have to
really
get
good
that.
fun. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's on my
Great.
hard drive. So we'll get that done. I got to let Barbara in right there.
All right. Anything more on that?
Nope.
Kingston Organics.
Kingston Organics going great. Phase 1, 650 families, 1,256 people, we're up to 92.26 tons of waste diverted. Even during the mega snow week, we still got half of a ton of food. People
Wow.
still figured out their way to get to the sheds, open them up, put the food in there. Amazing. Phase 2, which is the curbside residential, we've 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 passed more than 1,000 people registered, so 1,013 people have registered for that. One of my trucks, the chassis is complete, so I'm waiting for the bucket. The trucks are still not going to get delivered till June though, but we're still planning on starting in April, so I plan on ordering the buckets this month. We're gonna do another big push before I order the buckets to get up as much registration as possible. And the last thing that's important to know is that we've changed a little bit of the strategy so that this next round of residential is only going to be available to residents who already get trash collection. So not all residents, which was previously how we were advertising it. So it's been slimmed down. So if you live in a facility that doesn't get city trash collection, you will not be eligible for this round. There's actually quite a few residents in cities.
Can I,
Yeah.
sorry, to clarify, because I know I did phase one.
Yeah.
And that's where you don't have a bid or anything, you
Right.
just bring it to a separate location.
Yep.
So to be involved with this, to get your own separate case, you have to register for that?
Yep.
Okay, I will look into that.
And
That's
the
curbside.
location in Kingston, and you'll be putting it curbside.
Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Julie, the 1,013, is that phase one or phase two? I got distracted.
Phase two.
Phase two is 1,013, really? Okay.
Yeah, no, right?
Oh, okay. That's families or people?
That's people. We're at 437 families.
437 families, okay, up
Yep.
from 420 last time, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good.
Tons
great.
on diversion to date, or do you?
92.26.
92.26, okay, got it, we're good.
And before we close, I just want to make sure we'll have quorum at the 3:10 meeting.
Is this okay, yes, yeah, do we have forum on 3:10?
I will be there.
Will?
Will.
I will.
Yeah. Just for
Yes,
understanding, does this time work for you?
just 6:30 or?
Yeah.
Yeah. This time.
I mean, like the second Tuesday works.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all. Thing.
All right, is there anything else or motion to adjourn? No, we'll get to 9:00 almost.
I motion to adjourn.
I'll second with that.
All in favor? Okay, so doing that, I got 8:40.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay.
Kevin.
Good luck with all your
Okay.
woes. Good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck.
okay, take care.
Thank you for staying so long.